Imagine for a moment. Your baby is born, not in a modern hospital, but 30,000 years ago. No diapers, no baby monitor, no stroller, no crib, no internet, and definitely no parenting books. Just you, your baby, and the wilderness. Would your baby survive? Most of us would probably answer, probably not. But here the surprising part. Every single person watching this video is descended from parents who did exactly that. For hundreds of thousands of years, human Barbies survived without modern parenting advice, without sleep consultants, without developmental apps, without expensive baby products. And yet, our species didn't just survive. We thrived. So, did those ancient parents know something that we've slowly forgotten? Now, before you misunderstand, this isn't a video about abandoning modern parenting, modern medicine, vaccines, safe childbirth, clean water. These have saved millions of lives. There is absolutely no question. We are fortunate to live in this era. But here's something fascinating. Technology has changed at an unbelievable speed. Our homes have changed. Our lifestyles have changed. Our jobs have changed. Even the way we communicate has completely transformed. But evolution doesn't work that way. The human brain changes over thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of years, which means your baby is growing up in a modern apartment with a brain that was shaped for a completely different world. And once you understand that, many parenting struggles start making a lot more sense. Here's a question. Have you ever noticed how unbelievably helpless human Barbies are? A newborn deer can stand within hours. Baby horses can run on their very first day. Even tiny sea turtles crawl toward the ocean completely on their own. But human Barbies, they can't walk. They can't feed themselves. They can't even hold up their own heads. In fact, human Barbies are among the most dependent newborns on the entire planet. Why? Were humans simply designed badly? Not at all. In fact, it's because of something that made us the most intelligent species on Earth. Our brains. Human brains are enormous, incredible, powerful, capable of language, art, science, and imagination. But there's a problem. A baby's head has to fit through the mother's pelvis. During birth, as humans evolved to walk upright, our pelvis became narrower. At the same time, our brains became larger. Evolution faced a dilemma. If Barbies stayed inside the womb until their brains were more developed, many simply couldn't be born safely. So evolution found a remarkable compromise. Human Barbies are born earlier in their development than many other mammals. Some scientists even describe the first few months after birth as almost like an extra trimester outside the womb, which explains something parents have noticed for generations: why newborns crave constant warmth, constant touch, constant closeness. It's not because they're spoiled. It's because They're still completing a stage of development that other animals finish before birth, and this tiny evolutionary compromise changed everything about how humans raise children. Because if Barbies are born this helpless, there's another question that becomes impossible to ignore. Who was taking care of them all day? Surely, one exhausted mother couldn't have done it alone. And that's exactly where one of humanity's greatest parenting secrets begins. You've probably heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Today, it sounds like a nice quote, something people post on social media. But thousands of years ago, it wasn't wisdom. It was survival. Imagine trying to gather food while carrying a newborn every single hour, every single day. Imagine finding clean water, building shelter, protecting yourself from predators, and keeping a tiny human alive. At the same time, one person couldn't do all of that. Even two people would struggle. So humans evolved something incredibly rare. Among mammals, we didn't just raise children as parents, we raised them as communities. Anthropologists call this cooperative breeding. In simple words, children weren't cared for by just their mother. Grandparents helped, older brothers and sisters helped, aunts, uncles, friends, neighbors, even unrelated adults often became caregivers. Your baby didn't depend on one exhausted adult. They depended on an entire network of caring hands. In fact, some researchers believe this ability to cooperate may have been one of the biggest reasons humans became so successful, because when adults shared childcare, mothers recovered faster, fathers could hunt or gather, grandparents passed on knowledge, older children learned responsibility, and Barbies, they received constant interaction from many different people. Now, compare that to modern life. Many parents wake up already exhausted. One parent goes to work. The other spends long hours alone with the baby. Sometimes there are no grandparents nearby, no relatives, no neighbors dropping in, no village. Yet, our Barbies haven't evolved to expect isolation. Their brains still expect what humans experienced for thousands of generations, not because Barbies understand anthropology, but because evolution remembers. And maybe, just maybe, that's one reason modern parenting often feels so overwhelming. Maybe the problem isn't that parents today are weaker. Maybe we're trying to do the work that evolution expected an entire community to share. And that brings us to one of the biggest mysteries every parent faces. Why does your baby seem perfectly happy until the exact moment you put them down? Why can they be sleeping peacefully in your arms, yet wake up within seconds of touching the crib? Is it habit, personality, or is there an ancient survival instinct still living inside every newborn? That's where our journey goes next. We've only solved the first piece of the puzzle, because the most surprising discovery isn't about villages, it isn't about crying, and it isn't even about being held. It's about something almost every modern parent buys, believing their baby needs it. Yet for hundreds of thousands of years, Barbies developed extraordinary brains. Without it, what was humanity doing differently? The answer may completely change how you see your child's development. That's where our journey continues in part 2, which is about the parenting secrets hidden in human evolution.